Daily are back 8:14 with Carson and Hoda's exclusive.
Let me point something out.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Daly left his late show for Lily Singh to take it, and now Carson Daly has a better job now because regardless, this is a better paycheck. This is a better paycheck. This is a better paycheck for sure.
Interview with Jada Pinkett Smith, and everyone's going to be talking about this.
Yeah, she is one half of Hollywood's most powerful couple. She's at the center of constant gossip and controversy, including that slap at the Oscars. She was sitting right next to Will Smith.
This. I would hate this studio, the setup, the couch thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate this. Would you not want to?
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
Like sitting all together, and I can't
Yeah.
just, and then like the table's not close enough. Like Carson Daly, I'm just watching him. He's all awkward because he's further away from the table. He didn't know what to do with his legs. Like I hate this.
Apparently, Carson Daly now also hosts The Voice too. He's got a couple gigs. Those are easy money gigs.
You know what it was, man? They got Lily Singh on some social justice shit. They wanted to make a buzz with the woke Zoomer crowd. And they probably bumped Carson, and they went, look, we'll work with you, man. Because he's like the new Jay Leno or like the new Ryan Seacrest, where he's just a company man.
Yeah.
So they were like, look, you'll land on your feet, buddy. Just don't make any noise. And he was probably like, okay, man, wherever you need me. And then they were like, you know what? Give him some gigs. He's generic enough.
And when we met up with Jada in her hometown of Baltimore to talk about her candid new memoir, Worthy, she opened up about an issue that has been kept secret until now.
This woman, man, even the title of her book, it's just, everything about her is just, she's a cunt.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually
had
Tupac?
I didn't know that. I found that from the book.
To reread it.
Was that when he was in the Digital Underground or before the Digital Underground?
She also fucked Shock G.
Oh. Well, he is the one that put the satin on your panties.
Because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce.
So then what was the slap about?
I don't know. You're probably trying to impress her, get her back. I don't fucking know. Honestly, you know what the slap was about? The slap was never about Jada. The slap has always been about Will. Will went up and smacked Chris Rock because his pride was hurt. Because his wife was hurting his pride at home. And even though he couldn't fuck his wife anymore and he couldn't be with his wife anymore, they had to publicly be together. And then every time they started making fun of this bitch, the shit reflects on him. So now I can't even be with you, but I gotta put up with this shit. So he smacked Chris Rock for Will Smith, not for Jada.
Yeah, and you know, being separated that long, I get it. You know, that's your private life, but it doesn't explain why you fucked your son's friend.
It's a little weird,
right? Like that. Like okay, fine, whatever. You haven't been together 2016. Why lie about it for so long?
It's a weird
So
thing.
from
Also, just look at the way while this reporter's talking to her, she's definitely like, first of all, classic Hollywood, just narcissist, sociopath, crazy person. But like, she's on Sam's on drugs, everyone. You're on fucking drugs. Look at because like the way she goes, I found out from the book in 2016, and the whole time she's going, yes, yes. And it's like, what are you doing? Are you on the same planet
That
right
is
now?
not how people talk to each other.
No.
Year 2016, which is 7 years ago.
Yeah, Forrest Mommy goes, look, I get why Will Smith fucked Margot Robbie, but why would you fuck your son's friend?
Yeah. Did he fuck Margot? Nice. Good for him. So why is he going around like being such a bitch? Like you should be feeling
I
good
don't
about
know.
yourself.
I don't know.
Fuck this old bald bitch.
Y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean with the smiling and the weird, like, why are you smiling as you say it?
She's just a sociopath.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their...
So you've been lying.
No, so you've been lying.
Which people wouldn't be so shocked, right? People wouldn't be so shocked if you in 2016 go, hey, you know what? We're going to get separated. It doesn't matter what you did, right? But the problem is you just kind of been lying about it. And then again, the slap, I think now 100% Mercer's right. Like he was doing it for him. Like we all had our theories that he was doing it for her because that he was like, "Oh, you're gonna let him talk to me that way?" But it does kind of seem now like
she worked him into a shoot, and then anytime somebody was goofing on her, and he was like, "Fuck." Again, I would be, if I had to publicly be associated with a woman and pretend that we're a couple when we're not, and I'm not getting no fucking pussy out of it, and she's not cleaning my house, she's not doing anything, contributing to my household, but I gotta go out in public with her all the time, and then she starts going bald, and everybody's goofing on her and shit, I would have to do something. At that point, I'd be so fucking worked up, I'd smack Chris Rock in his mouth.
You fucked Margot Robbie in her prime. I don't care about anything else at that point.
See, but if you had that context, then I wouldn't be smacking anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd be like, that's fine.
Their marriage. This interview on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen was taped a year after Will and Jada separated.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
They're all clapping and shit.
Hot?
Oh, this is that CNN guy. The one that they told couldn't do New Year's Eve anymore. Because he got really weird. Remember the one that was weird?
When he got drunk and weird and
Yeah.
was that? Yeah. I didn't know they told him he couldn't do it anymore. That's kind of funny.
How do I keep it hot?
Fuck my son's friend. That's pretty hot.
Mostly.
That keeps it pretty sexy.
And it's weird because this is 2017, so he's 15.
No. Maybe I don't know.
Wow, you poured through the footage for that?
I mean, I'm baffled, really.
Yeah, right.
Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple. They even faced a scandal when Jada had what she called an entanglement.
Hold on a second. We got some things here that are a little fucking weird. Before that entanglement with her son's friend and all that stuff, it's not that 2016 and they kept it private. We played the clips on this show when she was trying to monetize her marriage.
With that Red Table Talks, and then she was doing Facebook videos, and he was like, leave me alone. Yeah.
That's what I was bringing up.
Well, no, she was doing that to promote the stupid thing when it was launching, but she was like videotaping him in the kitchen, and he's like,
and pretending like they're still together, like this
and
whole
that really
act
does
for
make
Hollywood.
Way more sense why he was annoyed, because
that's why.
So you're using me for clout, but you don't want me in the house,
right? And so he was in the house, he was cooking or something, if I remember correctly, that video, and like. She was just bothering him, and he goes, "Look, I have my brand and blah 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 blah." And she, because the literal video, that video was him saying, you know, this is how we make it work, you know, being married for this long, and that was like 2-3 years ago. It was definitely after 2016.
Yeah, no, it was. If I had to guess, that was around 2019, Yeah, it was pre-COVID, so it was like 2019.
Right. Yeah.
When Jada had what she called an entanglement with a family friend. Neither let the public know they had already.
Did you like how they said with a family friend instead of with her son's friend? Because that is a big difference, right?
Yeah, by the way, I love that this has become the quintessential Will Smith picture now.
Yeah.
This is like the meme picture now, the sad Will Smith.
Already split.
So I guess my question is, I feel like you're a straight talker.
I am.
Then why have you been lying since 2016?
Yeah, why'd you lie for years?
Mm-hmm.
Except you're not sometimes.
Yeah.
So why?
What does
You're
that
a
mean?
straight talker.
What does that
Except
mean?
you're not sometimes.
Well, what does that mean?
This is that fucking
Women are dumb.
media Hollywood double talk.
Women are stupid.
It's like semi-ironic bros.
No, but this isn't just Hollywood. This is a female thing where it's like they'll justify their own they'll rationalize shitty actions, and they say things like, you're a real straight shooter. Except
Mersh is the most honest guy I know.
Except when I'm not.
Except he's a pathological liar.
Wait, what?
But that's what you're doing, right? Like, you can't be both.
I never lie, except just then.
Mm-hmm.
Do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet.
Ready for what?
For what?
Man, you're in your 50s.
Still trying to figure out between the two of us.
Ma'am, you now look like Cisco. So honestly, we're a little ready. What are you ready for? Drew Hill to forgive you for doing the Wild Wild West soundtrack?
Yeah.
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore,
And Fivo in the chat says, ma'am, it is not alopecia when you just keep cutting your hair shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Jada reflected on their breakup. Why did the relationship fracture?
Well, mostly because I was fucking my son's friend. That didn't help.
So she tries transitioning to one of those studs now.
For real, dude.
Sure.
Oh, well, why it fractured? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Why does she? Here's another question I have about her. Why does she still talk hood when she's been out of the hood for a really long time?
She doesn't. She changed. She's a chameleon. She's just doing it right now. She wasn't even doing it in the interview.
But now that she's outside in Bodymore Murderland,
yeah, she's out there in Be-More, baby. So she's like, yo,
And I think
so dead ass, B. We were separated since we were 16, dog. What you talking about?
by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada said,
like for example, he was a super successful actor and you weren't. And he thought, man, she's really leeching on me. I wish she'd be nicer. And you were like, no, I also deserve this fame because I was in the Matrix Reloaded.
And
what else? What else was she in? I'm really trying to think. I'm really trying to think what else.
Set It Off.
Okay. What else?
She was in a lot of black woman movies.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't the one from Living Single, right?
No, you're thinking of Khadijah.
Khadijah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
as she considered a legal divorce, but
problem is I can't tell 90s actresses apart. They all look the same to me.
Could never go through with it.
I made a promise that
She was in Gotham. She was in Gotham, the Young Batman show, I think. Yeah, she was in that.
The Young Batman show.
Yeah. Batman Jr.
Little Batman.
Little Batman.
there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce.
That Gotham
We
made
will
no
work
sense to me. I'm
through.
like, wait, so Bruce Wayne's like 8 years old and these people are all in their 40s? What, he's going to fight them when they're in their 60s?
Well, Tupac was in her.
That is true.
Whatever. And I just haven't been able.
That's what it was. We've joked about it before, but it bears repeating. You fuck Tupac, and now you have to fuck Will Smith. I don't need a rap in my albums, Smith. I get it.
To break that promise.
Look at that face. Look, I'm just pausing. What is this? You know what it looks like? When what's her face played Michelle Obama right before she says it?
You are cool.
You a nigga.
Viola Davis. God, man, that's one of my favorite clips of all time.
I'm pulling it up. I have to have it pulled up at all times, and it's my fault for not doing. But
You always have to have the You're a Coon video, and one day I had to take a shit.
Yeah.
Really? John Edwards have Secret Service? What about John McCain, Mitt Romney?
Probably not.
Yeah. You know why? You're a coon. You're a nigga.
There it is.
Look at that. That's Michelle Obama. Oh, every time I ever saw Michelle Obama speak publicly, I was like, that's her. Oh, ghetto ass. This is the worst the worst caricature I've ever
You know what's
seen.
weird is Viola Davis is actually a good actress. So like, what is this about? You know?
I don't know. I love that they post that clip proudly to this day.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Like, this is a good clip. That was it's a powerful scene.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I have so
Who
many questions.
smiles when you say that? Yes, our marriage failed. Yeah.
So do I. I have so many
It
questions.
was the strangest.
Why? Why? Can I ask raspy voiced guy? Why?
Why do you have so many questions?
I only have one question. Who cares?
Al Roker, apparently.
I mean, it was the strangest kind of revelation
Al
to
Roker?
real.
Yeah, man.
No fucking way.
On the left, yeah. That's what he looks like now.
I mean, I knew he got skinny and like he was
That's
one of
him.
those guys that got weird looking when he got skinny.
Yeah, it's him.
But he's had like work done too or
Yeah.
something.
And
'Cause
just
he
kind
looks like an old black man, but he's too smooth.
Yeah.
Like he's too
He looks like an unrendered turtle in a video game.
Mm-hmm. It looks like somebody took a fine-grained sandpaper to him.
Right. It looks like you're always looking at him from far away.
Yes.
Of revelation to realize.
Forced perspective face.
Yeah, it's all the polygons haven't loaded yet.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah.
Is that these two people have had separate lives. I mean, they have not called each other husband and wife in all of those years.
Yes, they did. We saw them do it on that video from before. What are you fucking talking about?
Except for the appearance everywhere they went.
Except for the appearances, right?
Are you a little old for leather pants?
Including at the Oscars.
Yes.
By the way, there's a whole chunk in this book that we're going to get into in the Dateline special and also a little later here of what happened in that moment when he said,
"Can you?" That's what I want to see. Where's that?
You know, get my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
That's not what he said. What he said was, "How chunky's Carson Daly going to get before they sell him something?"
I was actually going to just. I was like, I don't know what Roy's point is he's about to make, but as soon as he's done, I'm going to bring up how chunky Carson Daly is in here. Right?
You can see it, right?
Yeah, he's getting a little chunk.
Which, by the way, good for him. Take that money, bro. Eat a little bit. Who cares? He's married.
Your young days are over. You already fucked Jennifer Love Hewitt in her prime.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
you
good,
know what
bro.
I mean?
Honestly,
and get an extra bourbon with your steak.
you fucked Brittany Murphy when she wasn't on that much drugs.
He did,
yeah.
man.
So,
Yo,
Carson Daly
is a fucking
fucked.
hound.
The women he fucked is crazy. Look, maybe not like a Britney Spears and shit, but some of like the hot like B-listers that walked in through fucking Total Request. You don't think he was banging them?
And the fans and stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Let me
of
tell you
course.
something. Whenever like we shit on somebody and then people will go, "You're just jealous that they blank." Well, I'm not the jealous type. If I like you, I root for you. Carson Daly's the epitome of one of those guys where you're like, "Good for you, bro." Good. Like, there's no jealousy here at all. Guy's not talented, but in particularly talented or good at anything. He's just a generic pour me into a suit host.
King of all Yetis called him Carbson Daly.
Carbson Daly.
Yeah. There's a whole backstory there too. But Jada is candid and honest in this book. I mean, she's saying things that she's never said, so they've kind of been
Does
living
she talk
this
about fucking her son's friend?
It's a family friend. They refer to as
the family though is her son.
Yes.
Pretend life publicly.
For years.
They knew the secret. They know it.
So now she's telling everyone.
Yeah.
But they're not divorced.
Nope.
So they're
And
separated.
they don't plan on it. They don't plan on getting divorced.
I think a lot of American families can relate, though. I think there's a lot more distance between husbands and wives than anybody ever really talks about.
Yeah.
Carson, is there some problems at home, bud? Did you hear that line?
No, what did he say?
Listen.
Book. I mean, she's saying things that she's never said, so they've kind of been living this pretend life publicly.
For years.
They knew the secret. They know it.
So now she's telling everyone.
Yeah.
But they're not divorced.
Nope.
So they're
And
separated.
they don't plan on it. They don't plan on getting divorced.
I think a lot of American families can relate, though. I think there's a lot more distance between husbands and wives than anybody ever really talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything going all right with you?
Carson, you okay, bud?
Also, why do you sound like raspy voiced black guy too? Is Carson okay?
I don't know. Does he probably also smokes. Like he's probably smoking, boozing, and eating all the time.
But this sounds like something.
Yeah, that's
That does not sound like him.
It sounds like something more.
You sound like me, dude.
your goal.
Yeah, it's a bigger delta.
We have a lot more on this conversation. I was fascinated by her, by the way. First time I'd sat down and spoke with her for a long period of time.
Oh, I
You
wanted
read
to
the
see
book.
more.
We
I
have
read
the
the
book
book from
here.
cover to cover. Yeah, we're going to do a special on NBC News. It's called Jada's Story, Friday night, 8
Also,
7.
why y'all freezing my boy Carson Daly out too? Does that feel like they're kind of freezing him out?
He's a newbie.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ, give him a little something back.
I want to hear your podcast with her so
on
we can go like
NBC.
2 hours long for
Let's
him.
go,
No.
Carson.
Well,
All right.
Well, it's
Wow, you're right. You're good
freezing
call.
him out.
They're really just
Talking over him
fucking
and
cutting
shit.
him out.
You
It's
go.
so
Do that.
interesting because, I mean, how people are going to react because it's one thing. I mean, everyone understands a marriage breaking up or, things being complicated with your family.
Also,
but then,
do Katie Couric and Al Roker not like each other? Because why are they sitting so far apart?
I don't think anybody on that set actually likes each other.
that kind of
It
public
goes in the-
ruse is, I know you ask her a lot about
Yeah,
that.
there'll be a lot more. And
Is
we
Al
did
Roker alive? Is he awake?
No.
He hasn't said a word. He
I
hasn't
mentioned
done
also that
anything.
Jada also spoke to People
I
magazine.
want to get that job. I want to be at NBC for so fucking long that they put me on the prime show in the morning. Pay me good because they're paying Roker.
Oh yeah.
Boo Cooper. They don't take money away every year. You know what I mean? They give you more money every year. So he's been around the NBC building as long as the fucking, the equipment that's in the building. And dude, I want the job where you just sit there in the morning and do this.